Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. This is a members only live stream. I just want to say thank you again for supporting the channel. Whether you just joined yesterday, you got a gift membership last night, or you've been rocking with me for months, if not even maybe years. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. The other day, I started doing something that I had not done before, which as a previous school teacher, kind of pulling back the veil and kind of critiquing classrooms. I don't want to use the word critique, highlighting classrooms as the teachers are rolling out with their first day, tours of their classrooms and stuff like that. And that was a lot of fun talking about that stuff and looking at that and kind of reminiscing, if you will, on the things that I remember doing and seeing how things have changed and improved since I left teaching. And just, it was kind of dope. Well, today, shout out to a very wonderful, beautiful supporter of the channel, Amethyst, who sent me this video about a school. And it's not really a good thing. And it's another opportunity to talk about something in education that a lot of people don't think about. And it's waste. Education wastes a lot of materials, a lot. It would boggle your mind. If you could do this in your home, if you saw the manifestation how schools waste money or waste materials, not money, but the materials, because they buy the materials, they get the materials, and a lot of the time they don't get used. A lot of the time they don't get used. And it is pretty sad to see. So we're gonna look at this video from Chicago, of all places. They really truly do not need to be on the news anymore, but yet lo and behold, here we are. And I'm gonna unpack this this dumpster fire, not a dumpster fire, but this insane story, because a lot of people don't fully understand. This happens all the time. And it's just because it happened in Chicago and Chicago news got on it. Maybe it's a slow news cycle. They didn't have anything else to talk about. But this happens all around the country. Every town, every district has this happen on a regular basis. So let me pull it in. Let's talk about it. Let's go. I guess I need to do that, right? All right, let's go.
Books, beakers, maps, thousands of dollars of new and unused school supplies were trashed outside an Avondale school ahead of the new school year.
Now neighbors want to know why this happened as others try to salvage what they can. They're talking to our Sarah Maki about their concerns.
Need to throw away brand new index cards, modeling clay.
It may be that one man's trash is another's treasure.
That's still a perfectly good book.
But some are questioning why these items are in the trash at all.
And what you don't see is there's really good stuff in the bottom too.
There are hundreds of school supplies, likely worth thousands of dollars, being salvaged from the dumpsters outside Carlos Fuentes Elementary School in Avondale on the city's northwest side. Some still brand new in package.
Y'all, this happens so much. It breaks my heart to see it too, because y'all know I'm borderline kind of like a little tree hugger. I'm a minimalist by design, and this happens so much it'll break your heart. It is sad to see, because and you'll see it in a moment. But I will say this emphatically, putting my foot down on it. There's never a reason to throw away classroom books. Reading books. Now, textbooks we can have a discussion about. Consumable workbooks we can discuss about. But your run-of-the-mill classroom library, there's never a good reason to throw those away. Never, ever a good reason. The only reason they were thrown away is because people are trying to clean out that school building. And we'll talk about why they're cleaning out that school building in a moment. But there's never a reason to throw out classroom books. I'm sorry. If you bring in like trash, foolish woke books or whatever like that, those should have never been bought and those can go in the garbage. But your run of the mill, just your everyday classics, because they're going to show you some classics in a second. I saw one a moment ago. There's never a reason to throw those out. Those can go to the Goodwill. Those can go to thrift stores. Those can go to homeless shelters and transition homes all the time. That should have been given away.
I called some of my other daycare colleagues and was like, child, come on out there. They got
bonnet
stuff
on,
for
though.
third graders. They got stuff for first graders. They got stuff for kindergartners.
They got stuff to get that bonnet
drove
up
here
there.
30 minutes for supplies to open a new daycare in Greater Grand Crossing.
Worth it. Look, I'm still digging.
People we spoke with said they are especially concerned because a lot of these items could have been reused. They are brand new or they come in multiples. These books.
So that's what's called a classroom set that she has there. Usually publishers will sell like 15 books, 28 books, whatever like that. And you'll get the same book and it's for a whole set of class students. So like your whole class can get the book. We would have a book and we would be reading through it a chapter a week or something like that, and have book discussions and write a little report, all those kind of things like that. So that's what those are. That's a classroom set. And those are different books, but those I used to have that set, so I know what it is. So what she's showing you right there, those books could have gone to the Goodwill. Those books could have gone to a thrift store. Those books could have gone to, again, a church or whatever like that. It's just the fact that whoever it is that's cleaning out this building, and you'll know why they're cleaning out in a moment, they just don't care. They just literally bring a wheelbarrow in, they throw stuff in the wheelbarrow, and they take it out and throw it out, which is crazy work, but it happens so much. You would be surprised. You would be numb to it if you just looked around found out around your own town. I guarantee you this has happened. Maybe it happens at the end of the year. Maybe it happens in the middle of the summer, happens right before school starts. But when that dumpster rolls up, man, I'm telling you, if you think I'm lying, watch this. If you think I'm lying, your child's school, the school that feeds your neighborhood, when the end of the school year, maybe even now while they're getting set up, drive around the school, see if you see a big dumpster like this. I guarantee you're going to see a big dumpster at the school. I guarantee you. And now they might not be throwing away all, very good used stuff, but useful stuff, but there's sometimes it's just used stuff that just gets thrown away. It's sad to see. It is a reality. This is the dark underbelly of education.
In full classroom sets thrown out by the dozens.
My understanding, based on what I talked with them this morning, there still will be stuff thrown out. How much, I'm not sure.
This is one of 5 former charter schools run by Acero, now transitioning to Chicago public school control.
Okay, so it was a charter school system. Chicago schools are so bad that the schools become up for grabs, and small little charter organizations will scoop up a school and make it a charter school, and that means that they have a lot more leniency in their discipline, a lot more leniency in their curriculum. As long as the numbers get up, they're good to go. But this company apparently closed down or whatever like that, and now Chicago Public Schools is coming in to take back over the school. Well, all those materials that the school had in it are no longer up to quote unquote the standard of Chicago Public Schools. So what are they going to do with them? They're going to get rid of them. And that's what happened. They just hired a junk company to come clean out the school, and that's it. So that's why we're here. So these people are not looking at this stuff and saying, can this be used for a student? Is this brand new pack of index cards, whatever like that? No, they're just like, this is here. It's consumable. Put it in the dumpster. Let's go. That's literally what they do.
A CPS representative.
So look at this bin right here. I mean, there's a set of books right there. The little tubs, those plastic things like that. Those are always used. This is a whole pack of consumable workbooks right there. And again, you're just trying to get the building cleaned out. They don't care. They do not care. They just put them in a dumpster. I mean, put them in a wheelbarrow, wheel that barrel out there and tossed it in there and kept it moving. It's sad, but that's what happened.
Told us the district took over control of the.
Yeah. Magic Treehouse. Come on, those are classics. That's a school set. If you ever wonder what I was talking about, a school set, that's a school set. It's all the same book. Every kid would get their own book and they would be able to read from it. I love doing that because we would, especially if you didn't have like textbooks in that sense, you would do all of your teaching would come out of this book. So we would read chapters 1 and 2 together, go home and read chapter 1 to your mom, read chapter 2 to your teddy bear. Tomorrow, you'll read chapter 1 and 2 with your reading buddy, your shoulder buddy. You would read with him or her. And we would do that all throughout the week. And then on Friday, we would do a test based upon chapters 1 and 2. We would do the spelling words from chapters 1 and 2. You get it. So this would become like your full, this was a lot of fun, man. Again, it kind of breaks my heart because I know these books are so useful. They're not just your run-of-the-mill clown show books. These are very useful books that these children in that community they should have taken them home. When I finished teaching, my students got to clean out my classroom. They all got a bag. I got those Lululemon little shoulder bags, and they could go around my classroom and pick stuff that they wanted, and they could have it. I threw away nothing except I think a few anchor charts when it got done. But they could have whatever they wanted that was necessary. That's just sad because but this is poor planning.
Building in July. It is unclear if the same process is playing out at the 4 other transition locations. But by Monday morning, Not all can be salvaged because of this weekend's severe weather.
Almost everything is ruined because of the rain, which is very unfortunate. So many books.
Janice Signer and her sister here to save as much
Yeah,
as
the book
possible
should
from the landfill, a mission
book
that
should have
hits
never been in
close
there.
to home after they were raised by their mother, a teacher.
Yeah, that's just a classroom set, man. That's just sets of stuff. Even the consumable books, the workbooks, could be given to a kid to practice handwriting, practice math, practice some kind of science, whatever it is. I mean, there's a lot you can do even with consumable books. Maybe even use the first 3 chapters of it, but you didn't use the final 8. You could do a lot of stuff with that. It could still be very useful. But again, the problem is the company that came in to clean out the building, they're not teachers. Because if they sent teachers in there, teachers are like locusts. Teachers would have completely decimated that building. They would have got everything out of it. But the only problem is, like I said before, if the new standards, quote unquote, that Chicago Public Schools is using don't match with the standards that these books were written to or the standards that these adjust to. I hope that made sense. So these books, like this book right here called Mondays, if that book is at a standard that was only for that particular charter school, but Chicago Public Schools standards don't line up with it, then that book can't be used in Chicago Public Schools. But that doesn't mean you can't take it home. That don't mean a kid can't read it at the crib or at the library or at the homeless shelter or Salvation Army. So to throw away a book, I think is just as much as akin to book burning.
Who often had to pay for her own school supplies.
Is really unfortunate. It blows my mind that they would throw away usable stuff.
It happens all the time,
when
Jana.
there are kids that don't have that kind of stuff.
They're now hauling away what they can, hoping these supplies end up with students and not in the landfill. From Avondale, Sarah Maki.
There's a whole book set. Yep, there we go. The Magic Schoolhouse, Adventures Waiting Inside. Which book was that? I think that's book 11. I don't remember exactly. I know my girls have them. I think I have a Magic Schoolhouse book in my garage right now. It was in the car. Shout out to them. Shout out to Magic Schoolhouse, Treehouse.
CBS News, Chicago.
Late this afternoon, CPS told us they expect all transition teams to prioritize donation and recycling whenever possible, and that some of the textbooks that were disposed of do not meet approved learning standards for CPS classrooms.
Yeah, so that's kind of the problem, is that if they have new learning standards, example, like here's one just so everybody, because you don't need to even know what learning standards are or anything like that. Just think about it. If the book was written for the No Child Left Behind standards, well, we're not doing No Child Left Behind anymore, right? That was during the Bush era. So now there's a different learning standard. So those books, whether they be good or bad, textbook or no, they were written for No Child Left Behind. So therefore, they can't transition into whatever the new standard is, which I don't know off the top of my head. However, those reading books, the library books, those transition past all of that. They pass through all of that. They don't need to get thrown away. You don't need to throw away reading books. I'll just say that again. I disagree with throwing away reading books. That's a shame, a pox upon them for doing that. Because again, there's just so much you can do. There's so much mileage you can get out of that it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, that was it. Shout out to Amethyst for telling me that, sharing that to me. I thought that was interesting. It's sad. This is just one of the things that happens in education. A lot of people, but this happens in other areas too. Like, let's just keep it 100, right? This happens in other areas and industries as well. Sure, we're talking about Chicago, we're talking about education, but every industry has waste. Every industry has overage, or you got to use it or lose it. Like, that's a real big one in public or in corporate space. If you don't use all the money that you get, that you were funded, then you'll lose it for next year, right? So then they'll go and buy all this stuff and kind of waste. It happens all the time. There's no benefit. There's no kudos or pats on the back. If you save money, it's usually you have to spend money. We intended to give you X amount of dollars, and you got to spend that money. If you don't spend that money, the next year you won't get the same amount. Now, granted, it doesn't matter that you don't need that amount because you wasted it, but nobody wants to see their budget decreased. So that's what happens a lot. And then also there's a lot of transition when you have different roles. You know, we're going in a different marketing plan. We're going with a different company here. So all that stuff that came from last year from this company and this marketing plan, it goes to trash. It happens all the time. So anyway, thank y'all so much, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what y'all thought about that. Had you noticed this before? If you are in education, can you amen what I just said? Do you see that I'm right or wrong? Let me know. Comment down below. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and liking it and subscribing, all that kind of good stuff. It means a lot. Again, thank you so much. Until next time, grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.